Borja, this one's to you. Do you think this seasonal trend still matters in today's institutional-driven market, or are we going to be seeing things a little bit differently going forward, or what are your thoughts?
My thought, Hank, is that 22 months ago we were at $15,000. Now we are at 110. That's a lot. That's a long way up. I think that this cycle is not over, but I'm not on the side of let's say fundamentally that we continue on the 4-year cycle. Like this is the bottom after the halving. This is the top after the halving. But I do not think neither that this is going to be like a super extended bull market and so on. I think this is just a normal dip. I think that this year we're still bullish, but I think that things can change quickly. I'm still not worried at all whatsoever. This is just a normal dip, and I think that we will still have legs up. NFA, of course.
Yeah. Walker, what are your thoughts? Are we going to be setting things up like we have toward the end of this year, and then things are going to crash in 2026? Or are we expecting maybe a longer, prolonged bull market as a result of these, favorable tailwinds and institutional adoption that we've been seeing?
I think in 4 years, Bitcoin will be worth more infinitely printable fiat cuckbucks than it is today. And that's the depth of my analysis. I think that over any meaningful time frame, Bitcoin goes up and to the right. I'm not somebody who focuses on the short term, let's say, price action too much. I would only say that, man, isn't it wild that we view Bitcoin like crashing, dipping to under 110,000 infinitely printable fiat cuckbucks? Like the fact that we're even talking about that as a dip or a crash. What an amazing thing. As Borja said, not so long ago, we were down in the depths of the bear. It was in the 15, 16K range. It was over. You had all of the Bitcoin fudsters coming out of the woodwork. Peter Schiff is throwing parties where he's showering everyone with gold flakes. They're eating gold tacos and just, roasting Bitcoin's demise. And then, here we are, right? Well, Bitcoin continues to do what Bitcoin does best, which is melt people's faces when they least expect it. I haven't been around Bitcoin that long, but that is one thing that I have definitely learned. The old adage of it's time in the market, not timing the market, is really important here, I think, for folks especially getting in. And that's why I recommend that folks just keep it simple, stupid, and dollar cost average in and stack a few sats here as you can with the money you cannot afford to lose and that you want to gain purchasing power. And remember that in the grand scheme of things, we are still incredibly early. $2 trillion asset, $1,000 trillion worth of global asset value. We're at 0.2%. We are just getting started. Bitcoin is going to rip your face off and wear it as a mask when you least expect it. Be prepared for that. Stay humble and stack sats, to paraphrase Odell. Or actually, just to quote him directly. But I can do that now because he's not really on X anymore. He's over on Nostr. So, and that's where I need to head to next, actually, for a Nostr-only live stream with the Bitcoin Bugle. Guys, we're going to be talking about journalism. So, it's very important stuff we've got to get to. But I appreciate this.
We appreciate
this is a great conversation because I think it's important for people to remember that we're all Bitcoiners here, right? Mm-hmm. It's not like what kind of Bitcoiner are you? It's like, no, you're a Bitcoiner. So, and if you want to, one more shill, if you want to get a taste of what Bitcoin may look like in the year 2249, there's a first of its kind Bitcoin Dungeons and Dragons campaign that is premiering in like 2 hours. It's called Quest of Keys. It's organized by Dungeon Master Tatum Turnup, and it's going to be pretty fantastic. Myself, my beautiful wife, Carla, Lynn Alden, Mags, Stephen Lubka. Did I already say Lynn Alden? I'll say Lynn Alden again. She does a lot of the heavy lifting there. But so if you want, check out at Quest of Keys for some lighthearted Bitcoin fun and a peek at what Bitcoin may look like in the year 2249.